Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Whiskey, Cars, and Cigars. I hope everybody's had a great week so far. Hey, Jim Cummins, how you doing, sir? I want to start out by thanking everyone who has called, who has messaged, who has emailed, who has stopped by Lynn and myself over the last month. Our family has taken a couple of huge hits with the loss of my mother and also the loss of my Aunt Wanda, Lynn's Aunt Wanda. These two people have been very important in Lynn and my life, and they will be sorely missed. Again, I want to thank everybody for the prayers, and I hope this month will be better than last month. Everyone knows I have been making a move away from Chinese products. And I put a little post up today where I had compared some Chinese products from Harbor Freight, cutting wheels. So I've got that up on my my regular John Gibson page, and also I think it's on the Performance Metal pages. If it's not, it will be up there shortly because Lynn is inside checking away. Chester Taylor, how you doing, buddy? Let's see. When I posted the comparison on the Harbor Freight to the Matco cutoff wheel for my die grinder, I use a lot of them in the shop. Harbor Freight had a 10-pack for $5.99, pretty low, 59 cents a wheel. And I've been using them. I ran out of them, and I had a Matco wheel up on the shelf, so I grabbed it and changed out. And I'm notching building a tube chassis for a 48 Studebaker. And when I was cutting my angles and everything in it to bend the rails, it was kind of cool. I used 3 Harbor Freights. I was cutting 22 and a half degree angle V's in it to bend the pipe, to bend the tubing. And it took me 3 of the Harbor Freight wheels to cut 1 V out of some 1/8-inch plate. And I could have used my plasma cutter, but I didn't want to blow out any sides or have any little imperfections that wouldn't be easy for me to cover up and weld over. So I had the 1 Matco wheel. I had the other side of the V notch I was cutting, plus the other 2 notches in the other rail, and I did it. And I cut the first rail I was working on. I cut the 2 V's in it, and I was still using the Matco bit. And then I did it again on the other side and cut the 2 out in. And I was still using the same cutoff wheel. And when Randy Gord, my Matco tool guy, came by the shop today, I said, "Hey, dude, how much are these?" And he pulled them up. I think they were like $374, $347 a piece. So I bought a 10-pack, a little bit more than the $5.99 at Harbor Freight. But I would honestly say, with just off the first cut that I made, where I used it took 3 wheels to get 1 section out. If I would have done the entire all the cuts, it would have taken a whole pack of the Harbor Freight wheels. And with the Matco wheels, it only took 1, and I'm still using it. I've got to do a little cleanup work on another piece of metal tomorrow that I'm still going to continue using that same wheel. So the price of what it, and Matco on their wheels, it says made in USA. It was kind of funny because I actually called Matco and asked them if they were made in the USA, and they are. But it was one of those things. I just, it's hard to move away from China stuff because it's just so damn cheap. But if you look at $5.99 for 10 wheels, and it takes 10 wheels to do one job, one $3.74 wheel did the entire job. I mean, that's not cheaper. Plus the time that you have to take to change it out and undo it and put it back on. So it's just, for me, it was very cost efficient, and it was helping a company that is based here in the United States, made in the USA product. So I am going to be doing something like that every week on the show. And I also am going to be putting a list together of vendors and companies that do make products here in the United States that I use a lot of in the shop, just to help keep some of that money from China. They got enough. All right, so let me jump over here and see who else checked in real quick. Oh, there you are. Chester Taylor, how you doing, buddy? Hey, you had a congratulations on your wins at Mobile. So you did a real good job with your little truck. That was a pretty cool looking little ride. I see Lynn is on there posting. So that's cool. We got things moving a little slower tonight. I'm doing a little bit. I'm slowing myself down a little bit tonight. I'm tired, for one thing. Since I've gotten back to the shop, there's been no shortage of work coming in. So I'm very blessed and fortunate about that. Let's see. Oh, I also want to send out prayers and to my friends and the people in Little Rock, Arkansas, and Amer, Mississippi. The tornadoes that have been hitting in the last couple of weeks have just been devastating. Two areas I really love. I was on the phone with Samantha Sophine. She is the female singer for Black Oak, Arkansas. And she was going over and telling me a little bit about all the damage that she had, and just how pretty much everything across the street from her was just gone. The tornado came right down through where she lives, and they were there. Samaritan's Purse was there, helping get tarps on roofs and things like that. So that's a really good organization founded by Billy Graham, and it is we got to help everybody. We've got to help everybody. Let me see. Also Samantha told me that with one of her foundations, she's fixing to get something up to help the people of Little Rock. When I get that, I will post that. Also, Amory, Mississippi has got something up that I couldn't find where it was, but when I do find it after the show, I'll try to get that up. So you can if you got $1 or don't want to buy a cup of coffee for one day and help support those communities, because I can tell you from being someone who has lost everything with floods and hurricanes that it is a bitch to recover from. So every little bit helps. Insurance companies, Samantha told me that the insurance companies were giving people crap for covering their roofs up, trying to make their house where it was still livable and not flooding with rain. The insurance companies were bitching about that. So that's you've got homeowners insurance to help you with that. So you would think that if you can do stuff to prevent more damage, they would be thankful for that. But Samantha told me that they were giving a lot of people a lot of crap about that. So it's something that you just have to deal with, I guess. It's one of those things. I know Lynn always takes care of it for us because her patients are a lot larger than mine. But like I said, we've kind of had the last month has just been kind of really slow. We haven't got a lot done here in the shop. So work was piled up all the way to the gate, or where the gate was. And we've got just a ton of stuff that we're working on. So I'm trying to get everything caught back up. So I apologize for not being able to get to Atmore a couple of weeks ago, or Mobile. I wanted to stop by both of those events last weekend or weekend before last, but we had a funeral for Aunt Wanda on the Saturday, and on Wednesday, and I just after her, she passed on the day after of the event. So I don't know. It's all kind of confused right now, but it's just one of those things. I sat down with my passing of my mother, and Wanda has really, it's been hard on us, and it's something that we just keep having to think about, and they're in a better place, and but you still miss them. I call my mom every morning at 9 o'clock, and I'm still picking up my phone. I won't take her number out of it, but I keep picking up my phone in the mornings to call her at 9. So now I call my sister and talk to her. So yeah, it's time to heal a little bit from that, and I'm fortunate that a lot of my friends have been bringing work for me to do to keep me busy and keep my mind occupied. So I really appreciate that. Let's see, Jimmy Turk, hey buddy, how you doing this evening? Hey, I hear you, Robert Forrester. Hey man. I'm trying to switch between multiple screens here. It's time for me. Let's see. Talk about one of the things that I have been very helpful with in my life is Crescent Canna. I got to do a commercial. I always got to throw a commercial in there for the sponsors. Let me get their information up there real quick. Bear with me for just a second. There we go. Crescent Canna. They have been very, very helpful over the last month, especially Crescent Canna CBD products and some of their THC gummies I have actually tried. And I will tell you, they are awesome. They have helped me sleep because I've been having a really hard time sleeping. And they have really helped with that. We take our Crescent Canna drops every day, and they keep Lynn and myself going out of a lot of pain. And if you don't believe me, just look at the pictures of the land clearing project that Lynn's been doing. About 2 months ago, Lynn couldn't stand up for more than 15 or 20 minutes. Doctors had her on all kind of crap. She just stopped taking the stuff that the doctors have, but she is still taking her crazy pill when she needs them, and that's a good thing. She has. We've been taking our CBD products, and she's getting back to being my little ray of sunshine. And with that being said, tonight I'm drinking the cream soda moonshine. I haven't eaten anything today, so I'm not going to drink a whole lot of it. But damn, I'd probably have to finish that bottle off. Oh, that's good stuff. I see my buddy Chris Johansson has been hitting the Gulfport the last few weeks. His car, the Gutless Cutlass, has been running unbelievable. Let's see. All right, Lynn's got the links up for Crescent Canna. I want to send a happy birthday out. I don't know if it's today or if it was yesterday, and I missed it. I saw something posted that Chantel Nation had posted. Mr. Richard Mills, a really cool guy out of Texas. It's his birthday. I want to ask him how old he is, but happy birthday, Mr. Richard. I met this guy at the Gulf Coast Championship, the Southern Outlaws Gulf Coast Championship a few years ago. He was parked next to me, and just a great guy. I thought he was going to be kind of stiff when I first started meeting him. He started talking to him, but then he loosened up after a few minutes of being around me. That happens. And just a really great guy. I've mentioned him a few times on the show. In fact, we've got some video footage of his car that they're putting in the new opening, the new show opening. We've been working on that with JD Sauer with Swerve Media. And we since everything that's happened the last month, me and JD have gotten a little bit behind on each other, and I've just been kind of out of the picture between funerals and hospital visits and things like that. So we'll get that back up and get working on it. Robert Forrester, hey buddy. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. Again, I want to send a big shout out to Mr. Richard Mills. Happy birthday. I hope you have a great day. Oh, and that's something else. If you've got any birthday wishes that you would like me to announce on the show, I try to catch them on Facebook's page every now and then, but I'm looking at Facebook less and less these days, so I miss them. So if there's anybody's birthday that you would like to get on there, just send me a message before the show comes on, and I'll take care of it and mention them for you, or sing a happy birthday song or something for you. James Hughes, hey buddy, thanks for checking in tonight. James Hughes is one of the few parts men who are actually know about cars. He works at O'Reilly's in Independence. Real good guy. I like him. He helps me when I need something. In fact, we're conspiring on a few little things together right now. I want to give another shout out to Atmore Dragway. Those guys called me. Keith Costner contacted me with everything that's been going on over the last few weeks or last month, and thank you for doing that. They've got at Atmore this weekend. They've got the Sunday Easter Bash at Atmore Dragstrip, April 9th. Weather is going to be great Sunday. Don't forget about gates open at 1 p.m. instead of 2:30. Track will go hot at 3. They've got free Easter egg baskets with purchase of entry for race. Easter Bunny will be on the grounds, and no, it will not be me. And they will have an Easter egg hunt starting at 4. Now, this year, as expensive as eggs are, I was telling Lynn today that happy birthday, Robert. I was telling Lynn, it might be time of the year with eggs being the price they are at Easter time. Just get those little plastic eggs and put peppermint and silver bells and Skittles and stuff like that in them and hide them, and it'd probably be cheaper. But eggs, man, kids be out there fighting for eggs, trying to get them home. All right, let me scroll down here a little bit, see what else I got on Atmore's race. They got Run What You Brung, $150 buy-in, $2,000 winner, 10-car minimum. Daily driver, $100 buy-in, $1,500 winner, 12-car minimum. Power wheel race, $100 first place, $50 second place, kids only. Let's see. Give me just a minute. I'm going to scroll down here a little bit. So that'll be a real good weekend at Atmore Dragway, Atmore, Alabama. You got to check that out. Go over and see my friends and tell them Johnny Blender sent you to have a good weekend over there. Take your kids over there. Go see a little drag racing. If you don't have a car, go over there and see a little drag racing and check out that Easter egg hunt and those Easter baskets. I saw a picture of Joey's living room, and it's pretty much just full of Easter egg baskets. So they had made up a bunch of those. So this is another really good track that not only supports the community, but they also support the families and kids, and it's a kid-friendly venue. So check that out. Also, on a sadder note, I got something from Johhny Jordan today. Foy Gilmore they're going to have a memorial service at my father's vineyard. 7895 Pensacola Boulevard in Pensacola. Visitation 10 o'clock, service at 11 o'clock. Dress attire. He said dress attire. Dress as if you were visiting Foy at the shop. In lieu of flowers, please consider making a donation to my father's vineyard. Mr. Foy's been a racer for a long time. I told Mr. Johhny that I would mention him on the show tonight. He asked me if I would. I was trying to get Johhny Jordan on the show tonight, but he was in the process of moving, and I wish I could be there to help him with that because he's old and he had a lot of heavy stuff he needed to move. And not that I'm much younger, but you try to help people when you can. Let me scroll down here a little bit more, see what the next thing I have is. Oh, okay. I know what we have everything up there for Crescent Canna. Let me remind everybody, including myself, you can check out crescentcanna.com. And don't forget, you can use the discount code EDGE2023 for 30% off your entire order. We have a lot of viewers on the show that have switched over and started trying Crescent Canna CBD products. Like I said, I swear by it. I take it with me everywhere I go. I have a bottle of the CBD oil, about 8 drops a day under my tongue. And then usually I'll take one of the Crescent Canna's gummies before I go to bed at night, and that helps me sleep. Good products, really good people, a family-owned company. Based here, they're based out of New Orleans, Louisiana. Just a real good people to work with. Everybody that we've dealt with Crescent Canna has been really, really good. We've been together working with them for about 4 years now, and I've got to tell you, the 4 years has been a pleasure. It's been a lot of help. I feel a lot better. Lynn is you got to check out those pictures. Look on Lynn's page at the clearing. We've got 5 acres, and it had grown up extremely high, 7-8 feet. We've got trees that are growing back there that we never knew were there, and now they're 12-15 feet tall. So you really got to check it out. It's awesome. Hey, Lynn, I see Johhny Uzbasic just checked on. Send him the link that I sent you to the show. In fact, that's pretty good timing because the next thing up on my little playlist here was Johhny Uzbasic with Uzbasic Motorsports. So don't forget to check out Uzbasic Motorsports Performance Parts. Johhny Uzbasic is a hell of a guy. Hopefully he'll be on here in a minute. We can talk to him. But just a really, really good guy. Good prices. You can use he's got specials that he runs every month. I was hoping we could get him on here tonight and talk about his specials, see what they had on right now. He's got 21 products that he gives 20% off of every month. You can use the discount code EDGE 2023 to save a little more money. Let me get his information up real quick. Let me get the banner for Uzbasic up. There we go. I got the Uzbasic banner up there. But check them out, man. I've gotten products from him. His customer service is really good. His knowledge of products is really good. If you've got a question about something, you can contact Johhny Uzbasic, and he will be a big help for you. He is another tool that's in the toolbox. If you got a question, if you got a problem, if you're looking for something, give him a call and talk to him. He's there to help. I'm going to leave his special up running for a little while I cover some other things. Don't forget, sign up for his newsletter. I know he's doing a huge update on his website and his store. So that's going to be something to kind of watch. If you haven't looked at his store before, check it out now. It's got a lot of new things on it, a lot of new bells and whistles and the things that it does and the products. Full list of products that are there. I mean, you can get anything from John that you can get from Jegs or Summit or anybody else. But this is somebody that helps us, so we want to help them. He's a great guy. Check him out. Sign up for that mail list. All right, let me scroll down here because I know I got to talk about Johhny Jordons Nostalgia Night Race Series, April 28th and 29th at North Florida Motorplex. This is something that's coming up. It's going to be really, really cool. They've got gassers. They've got open wheel. They got gear jammers, Super Pro Nostalgia, foot brake nostalgia, plus all regular brackets. Over $5,000 in cash prizes, Super Pro, No Box, Juniors, Test and Tune Friday night. Gates open at 4. Track will be hot at 6. Car and drivers $30. General admissions $15. Kids 12 and under get in free. Saturday gates open at 8 o'clock. Time trials start at 2. Eliminations start at 4. General admission is $20. And $12, kids 12 and under get in free. He's also going to have, and this was something when I was talking to Johhny this evening, 96-year-old Captain Jack McClure is going to be there with his 4-second rocket power cart. Captain Jack, 96 years old, they're working and doing a documentary on him. So they're going to be, I'm sure, doing file footage and getting information at this event. So it'll be really, really cool to get out there and see Captain Jack do his thing. And 4 seconds in a rocket-powered go-kart is, sorry about that. Let's see who's calling here. Flowers. It's not me. So you got to check it out. It's going to be an incredible event. The Dixie Renegade Gassers will be there. The Southern Outlaw will be there. The Southern Wild Bunch will be there. Let's see. Open Wheelers, contact Scott Storm with the Southern Wild Bunch at 797-7711. That's 850-797-7711. Sometimes I see one thing and my brain says it another way. You can contact Johnny or Ann Jordan at 334-299-0303 or Johnny at nostalgianights.com, Johhny Jordan or Southeast Drag Racers Association on Facebook. Check that event out. It's going to be a good one. Bear with me for a minute. I got to close that. I got to jump over here and check out some of these comments. All right, there we go. I'm back. Robert Forster, he said it was his birthday, so I wished him happy birthday. He just sent me a message, said not really. Thanks, Johhny or Robert. Let me grab my headset here. I see John Uzbasic has checked into the green room, and I want to have my headset on so I don't get any feedback. So bear with me for just a minute while I get this plugged in. One of these is for the mic, and one of these is for the headphones. I always get them confused. I think the black one is the headphones. So I got that plugged in. Let me take another little sip of this moonshine before I bring John in. All right, let's see. Jimmy Turk says the Southern Wild Bunch will be back at Mobile next weekend. Is that this weekend coming up or the following weekend? No, that's this weekend coming up, huh? All right. Hey, big guy, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing awesome. How is everything out there on the left coast?
Hey, everything is going awesome.
That's good. How are the updates coming on the website?
It's kind of funny. Just before I got on, I was in a meeting with my the website dudes and trying to get everything situated away. We found a few situations where it was just not loading as fast as it should load.
Right.
So we're working through that right now. But I'll tell you, it's been quite a learning experience for me. I'll tell you one thing. It seems like it's easier to tune my Pro Mod than it is to freaking set up a website nowadays.
It is. And I can't even, I used to actually do websites in the early 90s and was actually really, really good at it. And man, the technology has changed with the WordPress application, and I am so far behind. Lynn just because she muddles her way through it pretty well, but I just can't do it anymore. I've sat down and tried, and I just get so frustrated because I haven't evolved with it as the technology has evolved.
Yeah,
so that's frustrating.
It's crazy. It's funny. Every time I find the bullets, my wife hides the gun. And then when I find the gun, she hides the damn bullets on
bullets. That's it. Well, how's everything coming on with the Pro Mod?
Yeah, it's coming. We're just pretty much finished up now, just waiting for the rain to stop up here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. Kind of hard to hook them slicks up.
When is that, like August or September?
Yeah, it's about a 2-month window, it seems like, man. But it's kind of funny. We have to race about 6 times a week to get it in, like everybody else normally over a 9-month period.
Right. How are the specials looking this month at Uzbasic Motorsports parts?
Actually, they're looking good. Actually, the specials that we have are going to be good through the 13th of April. Then we're going to have some new ones coming on the 14th for the next 2 weeks.
Hey, I got a question for you. I want to interrupt you real quick. You have one of the specials you had was I don't know why this is ringing in my head. Was it Dirty Brakes?
Dirty Brakes. I
want to say it was a brake company, but I don't know why Dirty Brakes keeps popping in my head.
Well, we have one of our vendors or manufacturers are Red Devil brakes.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's Red Devil and Dirty do sound a lot alike, so I could see where I would cross that.
Yeah, they're right there by each other.
I tell you what, the reason I am asking about that is Robert Wheeler. He ran at the 8th Mile track in Mobile last weekend before last. I saw he busted like a 470 in his little altered, and I sent him a message. I said, because it's a short track, and I was like, and they just done improvements on it to make it a little bit longer. But I asked him, I said, how were you on the brakes? He said, standing on them. Oh. It got me thinking, my dragsters got just rear brakes. I got really good strange brakes on the back of the car. But I was looking at, and this phone just keeps calling. People keep calling me tonight. I don't know why they're calling. I muted the ringer. There we go. But I started looking at some of the Good Vibrations had a front disc set up, and I started looking at it. They had the directions posted. So when I looked at theirs, then I jumped over to Mark Williams and looked at theirs real quick. And one of the things I noticed, Mark Williams wants you to send your spindles back or buy new spindles so they can weld a 2-inch tab on it for the brakes to hook to. And the set that I saw that Good Vibrations has, it has a hat, which I'm assuming the hat, just the way it looked, the hat bolts to the spindle mount wheel, and the 5 bolts that are on the spindle that are holding the hub in the spindle mount wheel, and then the hat runs over that. It bolts to that. I was looking at that, and the more I looked at it, I was like, this isn't anything to build. So that was one of the things I was looking at, because the price of the kits were pretty expensive. And I was like, this is not an expensive setup the way they've got this done. So I had been looking around at some of the other companies. And then when I went to Mark Williams, I think theirs was like $1,200. So I was, the bracketry is simple. The caliper and brackets are simple to do. It was just, I was looking at the hat and the rotor, and I was like, if I could find somebody that makes a spindle mount or a 5-bolt hat, I'm doing some creative engineering. But that whole dirty brakes, as that Red Devil brakes, that's what it was. I was just trying to remember what that was.
Actually, we have one of our specials this week. The rest of this time is it's called Stop Tack Brakes. Excuse me, pardon me. I'm getting over a little bit of an illness.
Good deal. I've been around a lot of it lately.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, Stop Tech Brakes system. We're running a discount of 15% off of all products, and they have a lot of the cost is in the rotors, obviously, and the calipers and all this other stuff, and of course all of the CNC product. Everything that's all specially built, and Mark Williams makes some beautiful stuff, but you also pay for that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
You do.
You do. And a lot of it is everybody's got to make a dollar. I understand that. Yeah. But at some point, you've got to look at how much of that dollar you want to make. I tell everybody, I have people that I do work for, and I give them a price on it. They said, man, that's a lot less than what everybody else has told me. I said, if we want to pay her what everybody else has told you, I'll charge that. I said, but I've got a 30% profit margin that I try to make on everything. And if I can make that, I'm happy. And he goes, I had one guy told me, he said, man, you're almost $1,000 cheaper than the other company. And I was like, well, they've got a lot of overhead. I said, everything I got paid for. I don't have a lot of overhead. So I can pass those savings on to the customers. So definitely. I've been looking at, when you get time, go back and look at the front part of the show. This thing just doesn't ring this much during the daytime when I'm here working. When you get a chance, look back at the front part of the show. I am working on putting a list together of made in America companies to start help working with them on different products. And I want to I'm trying to break away from the Chinese connection. And that's a very tough thing to do because China makes everything cheap.
Yep.
And, sometimes what seems cheap, like the product that we talked about earlier in the show, what seems cheap is actually way, way more expensive when it doesn't last as long.
Oh, yeah,
so if you've got anything that you like that you can send to me, let me know, because I want to start trying to help with those companies and direct that business more. We've got to start doing more things to promote this country instead of every other country. And I'm not getting political on this or anything, but I've always been the big guy, and it's not that big guy, the crazy one, but I've always been the big guy who's kind of run rough shot on things, and so I know what it's like to not be that. because that's how we are when we look at all the China stuff, So I'm trying to put a little bit more effort in helping smaller businesses and pushing people to start developing things and making things that they can do. A lot of people, you'd be surprised how much if somebody just wanted to take a little bit of time and do. We had a product. It was a friction reducing with. I can't even remember the name of it now, but it was a guy and his grandfather were making, Jason Wireman. They were making this stuff. It was you use one ounce to a quart of oil. And I mean, it brought my air compressor temperatures down 100 degrees with this product. And I guess grandpa got tired of doing it and grandson didn't want to do it. But I mean, it was a great product. I used it in my diesel truck. I used it in a race car. It was just a really, really good product. And, you hate to see little companies like that go out. I think they retooled they're using it for firearms, cleaning firearms, lubricating firearms, things like this. But it was just a miracle product. And I was pushing it and it was an awesome product. I think I've still got about a half a quart of it or a half a gallon of it. So every time I change the oil in my diesel, every time I change the oil in a race car, every time I change the oil in a Lens car, I always put how many ounces of oil that are going in the vehicle, I put this in there. So it's just really, really done. I mean, it helped fuel mileage. It was just a good product.
Yeah, I tell you, my daddy always used to say, he says, how's that go? He says, the bitterness of poor quality remains long after the sweetness of low price has been forgotten.
That's right. That sums it all up. That sums it up right there.
Yeah.
Have you talked to Jana lately?
Actually, you know something? I have recently spoken with her, and unfortunately, she has opted to take a little bit of leave of absence, if you will. And I didn't prior to find out any more information.
That company she's working for, she's doing carbon fiber work.
Yeah, correct. She does carbon fiber work, and what they do is they make the outer shell out of carbon fiber, and then they do some work there, and then they send these cars over to Ken Kendick, and he builds these, like 61, 62, 63 Corvettes. But they have all modern technology in these Corvettes, but the outer shell is all carbon fiber and like the old style Corvettes.
Man, that's just cool. I think it was a 56 that she had posted that she was working on today.
Yeah. No, it's a pretty cool deal that she's actually doing. And, she started, ground up and, she's trying to navigate through the system. But I keep telling her that, man, you should be running the place by now.
Give her 2 more weeks. Give her 2.
Yeah,
that's what I told everybody about my mother. When my mother passed away, she's back with my dad. She's back with her brother. She's back with her parents. And I told everybody, I said, it'll take a little time. It'll probably take a couple of weeks for her to get adjusted. I said, but yeah, everybody up there should start coming around to her way of thinking in another couple of weeks. So, she was an incredible lady, and people, the things that people said to me at her funeral were, I got up and spoke for a minute at the funeral. It was funny because everybody that was in the funeral had watched me grow up. And that really is that's illuminating, man. I mean, that lets you see how old you are.
Oh, yeah. Jesus. Tell me about
So I always think I'm the young guy, man, because I'm always talking about old guys and stuff like that. And I was talking to somebody the other day, and I said, hey, man, you're a pretty cool old guy. And he looked at me, and he started laughing. He goes, I'm 2 years younger than you.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So now I am the old guy.
Yeah.
So, John, do you see any new products coming out that are going to be paid, that are going to be showstoppers?
Not, these manufacturers are coming out with new products all the time, right? So to say no, I would be lying, right? I don't know at the top of off the top of my head, if there's anybody that's got anything that's going to be something that's like, whoa, I got to have two of these, right?
Right.
Not saying that there isn't going to be one tomorrow or the next day, right? But I'll be honest with you. This whole COVID thing in the past. I mean, I'm sick and tired of even talking about it, but it has really only now, after all of this time, the automotive industry or the manufacturing industry here is slowly starting to come back from literally almost bankrupting them all, pretty
Right.
much. The problem with now that we're seeing is that there's still back orders, problems with getting the blanks, transportation issues, and just people not wanting to work because, I'm trying to stay away from being political,
Right.
but, I mean,
When the government's giving away free money, why do you want to work?
and like I said, these guys all want to manufacture this stuff because, hey, that's how they make money. But the problem with it is when they have, 7 or 8 CNC machines, but they only have 2 guys out of that are running them because they can't find,
Right.
4 or 5 or 6 good applicants because nobody's applying for this. And it's like, okay, we'll take anybody, we'll train you how to do it. But they're having even issues with that situation.
And I can relate because I've got a machine shop that is in Ponchatoula, Louisiana, and they're having the exact same problems. I mean, all they're trying to do right now is get people to walk in the door. If
Yep.
you walk in the door with absolutely no experience, they will teach you how to run their CNC machines.
Yep.
And I have a friend of mine in Pensacola who's got the killer, 5-axis Haas machine. And I'm trying to get him to start making blower parts.
Yeah.
Because I rebuild blowers here in the shop. So I'm trying to get him to start making blower parts. So I had been doing a pretty good job getting materials, diagram laid out and everything to send to him for him to look at and see what they need to do. But the thing is, last month was just so bad for us that I've gotten behind on that. And why I said that, his name is Mike. Oh my God, I can't remember. It must be the moonshine. I can't remember his last name. Mike Jones, Susan and Mike Jones and Bill Gibson. I want to send a big shout out to them because they were at the celebration at Daytona Speedway last weekend with the Christine movie car. So I want to send a big shout out to those guys. They're incredible. Bill Gibson's Christine is beautiful. He's just had that thing redone, and I think he had a 383 Chrysler motor that was in Christine, and I want to say he put a stroker motor in it. So he just didn't go back and restore it. He made it faster. So if you can have a fast Chrysler Imperial, he's got one. Yeah. Or I think that's what Christine was. But yeah, so I've been trying to get Mike and trying to work with Mike on doing some CNC blower parts, rear covers, front triangle plates, and different things like that, carburetor adapters and things like that. Because I see that there's a market for that. People are always looking for it. And when you look at everybody else, that was one of the things he asked me. He says, well, what can we charge for it? And I'm like, well, that's kind of the thing. I said, this company's charging $500 for this part. I said, but I know it can be made a lot cheaper than that. And everybody, VP Fuel. I know you're a VP dealer out there, and I'm a Sunoco dealer. And then you've got, the Walmart Racing Fuel Renegade. But whenever VP raises their prices, everybody else raises their prices.
Yep.
It's not that the racing fuel industry is being hampered by all these products because it's all synthetic.
Yep.
But it's one of those things when everybody sees VP go up, they're like, well, hell, we can go up 30%, 35, 40%, because VP did.
Yep.
And, I sell methanol here. I've got Sunoco methanol and I sell it for 5 gallons for $25. But then if you go down the road to where they sell VP in the 5-gallon containers, it's $60.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, yours is 25 and theirs is 60. I'm like, but yeah, man, $20 is the VP can. That's $20 just for the can.
Hey, we got nice cans, man.
They got nice cans, but it's one of those things. And so I sold a lot of fuel last weekend. I posted it. I opened a new drum and posted that I opened a new drum of Sunoco methanol, and I damn near sold the whole drum. So it's just one of those things. People say, "Oh, once it's open, it's screwed. You can't." Well, no, I lock it back down and suck a vacuum on it so it doesn't have anything in it. But
right.
It's just one of those things.
Well, it's just like like when you talk like methanol, it's almost like a commodity product, if you will. I mean, there's nothing really special about the methanol. Methanol is methanol is methanol, right? So, and again, I only go by my own personal situation, and I've used a few different fuels in my race car, and I'm a firm believer that the car really runs really good with VP. Not saying that's just one man's opinion, right?
Right.
But when you get into the situations where you're selling methanol for $25 a can, and somebody else is selling methanol for $65 a can, it's the same thing, right? You got to call it as you see it, right?
Right.
And like I said, it's probably the can that's maybe the difference in price. I don't know.
It is. It is because I contacted Sunoco and asked them about the cans. I said, look, can I, because I wanted to see if I could buy the 5-gallon Sunoco tank cans with the sealed lid. And because I can get, when I order my fuel, I can order a couple of extra drums of fuel and pump it into a 5-gallon can and then seal it. And they're like, yeah, we can get that for you. They're $20 a can. And then I called another company that dealt with VP, and I said, hey, dude, how much are y'all's cans? Because I wanted to check Sunoco's price, make sure they wouldn't give me a runaround. And I love Sunoco. And he said, well, how many do you want? I said, 10. He goes, I'll call you right back. So he called me right back. He said, if you need 10 cans, they're $200 or $20 a can with the seals. And I was like, when you pay one price for a drum, I told Lynn, we're always looking, because methanol, I keep 4 drums here all the time. I've got customers that just buy drums, and I have customers that buy it by the gallon. And, I sell it for $5 a gallon. And then we started looking at things that you could use methanol from. And we've got this real cool little lamp that's got a little wick inside of it. It's called a Lamberger lamp. And it's got flavored essence that comes out of it. And I said, what if we took the Lamberger oil or the Lamberger lamp, started putting a flavored oil with it and using the Sunoco? Because when I looked at the Lamberger product, it was methanol. It was wood alcohol is what they used to make it. And I said, okay, so we're looking at $1 for a 5 or 6 ounce thing of tutti frutti flavoring or smell. And then we're looking at the cost of a gallon of methanol. I said, and one of those things would go in a gallon. So I could use methanol to make this Lamberger oil, sell it for $25 for 16 ounces. And I'm like, man, this is, I'm getting $600 a drum selling it like this. I said, let's just start making stuff. But it's just one of those things when you start looking at it, what people will pay for something. People don't understand the difference between methanol and solvent is 2 percentage points. Sunoco's methanol is 99.875% pure. And then if it's below that, it's considered solvent. So then it's what companies use to clean products with, and they refilter it, so it's solvent. So yes, even though people can say, well, man, I was getting methanol for $100 a drum, and I was like, well, have you checked it? Well, no. But then when their motor comes apart, they open their motor up, and man, everything in it was just like yellow. The pistons, the cylinder walls. I said, yeah, that's because you were getting solvent. You weren't getting pure methanol. You were getting solvent. It was cut. Yeah, it was $2 a gallon, but look at the damage it's done to your engine.
Yeah, it's pay me now or pay me later kind of thing.
Yeah, that's it.
Somewhere somebody gets paid, right?
That's it.
No matter what happens.
So, John, what else is going on with Uzbasic Motorsports performance parts?
Just going along here, man. Trying to get more and more people to take a look at what we have to offer. Of course, the battle goes on with the big boys. The Jags and the Summits and all the other fun guys and everything like that. And but we're just a grassroots kind of a company here. We try to do a lot off of the drag racing situation. A lot of times racers tend to buy things from racers, right?
Right.
Within reason, right? So we just try to we try to present a fair price, right? I'm not looking to make $1 million kind of a deal. So if I can sell a product cheaper, but get that long-term customer based on customer service and loyalty, that's what we're looking for. People go, hey, do you want to sell millions and millions of dollars like Jegs does or Summit or the big guys every month? And I says, no, I just want a small percentage of that, but I want the loyalty and the same folks. There's a number of people who keep buying from me that I kind of know them now. I know, a little bit of their family, a little bit of some things that you maybe would not really get from a large type manufacturer.
Exactly. And that's the whole thing is that's what we try to promote on this show is we try to promote the smaller businesses. Anybody can buy for Jegs or Summit, but I mean, if at best you're a customer service number.
Yeah.
You're just a number that they have in their computer. Oh yeah, let me pull up 833-4132. Yeah, he bought $1,700 from us this year. Yeah, send him a $10 gift certificate. So I mean, I'm totally against. And like I said, Jegs and Summit, I don't promote those. I promote Uzbasic Motorsports performance parts because Johhny Uzbasic is a hell of a guy. And Jaggy, I know Jaggy. I've called Jaggy a couple times. If he'd come on the show, he wouldn't. Jaggy won't come on the show, but Larry Dixon will. That should tell you something.
Yeah, totally. Well, like I says, we're just trying to provide a fair market value for a part that you buy. Now the greatest thing, go to the website. If you see something, go ahead and get it from there. But hey, if you need to pick up the phone or email me, call me. If I can't find you the damn part on my website or through my distributors, I will try to do everything I can to help you find a part from my competitor. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this together, and it's all about drag race. It's all about all the racing platforms. It's about all of the motorheads out there trying to get something accomplished. In a difficult scenario at times.
Right.
So, we're just here to try to provide that extra added value service that, unfortunately, a lot of people aren't given. It's like, hey, do you see it on my website? Oh, you don't? Don't bother me. They're not saying that, but they might as well say that.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of attitude.
And it was funny when I called Matco. I called Matco today, and I said, I was calling to find out about something for a product that y'all have and where it's made at. They were like, oh, yeah, they transferred me a couple of pieces. And I just got tired and I hung up. But I wasn't going to give up, so I called back a little bit later. I said, hey, this is Johhny Blender. I do a show called Whiskey, Cars, and Cigars. I'm talking about Matco products this week on the show. I need to talk to somebody about a product. Instantly, they transferred me to somebody. A guy came on. I told him who I was, what I was doing, and he said, "Yes, sir. What can I do to help you?" So it was one of those things. I don't want somebody to think that and treat me that way because I'm doing a podcast or a radio show, and I'm calling to find that information. I want the person like you that takes care of everybody. Doesn't care who they are. They're not a customer service number. They're John. They're Ed, they're Tony, they're people that you build relationships with. And that's what businesses lack now.
Yep. That's right. That's a fact. Hey, also, again, it's not a big thing, but we have it. Obviously, if you use the Edge 2023 discount code on our site, you got to type the information in. Still, we give you an additional 5% off of anything you buy, period, across the website. So if you kind of look at it, we give you an automatic 5% discount off all the prices across the website, right? So it's a little bit extra. 5% is 5%. 5% is
5%, man. That's right.
It doesn't matter at all. It's all money in your pocket. We also have Lucas Oil. We got a 15% off of all their products, and Taylor Ignition and Vertec. We have 10% off of them too. And like I said, every 2 weeks, we always try to have anywhere between 6 to 8 different well-known manufacturers that are discounted prices. And so,
and that's great. That's great. That's why me and you click together, because we have the same mentality about trying to help racers. A lot of people don't have that mentality. So that's what we keep trying to do. And I appreciate everything that you're doing. We appreciate you, Basic Motorsports, for being on board. I'm sorry. I will apologize right now. I apologize for getting the wrong logo on the new banner.
Yeah, that's right. Shit happens. I get it.
Oh, man.
Should have said that.
You were changing logos around and everything. And when I was grabbing and copying and pasting and putting things up, I didn't even catch that.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, a new banner has been ordered.
Hey, right on.
And it's got the Basic Motorsports Performance Parts logo on it. So I wanted to let you know that I hadn't totally dropped the ball just that one time.
We always talk between you and I about this, but I want to, if you don't mind, I'd like to take a minute and also thank all of the folks that tune in to watch you.
Hey, I appreciate that. And I'm sure they do too. I mean, John, like I said, you are one of my favorite people. And as you know, there's a couple of other companies out there that I work with and have done things with that I'm very thankful with them. And I still have a working relationship with them and do things with them. But you are the guy that I promote, because me and you have some pretty good off-show conversations.
Yeah, we do, man. It's crazy. Sometimes you don't want to put it on show, because it would be all pretty bad if
I'm telling you. Hey, man, have you decided about that move yet?
Yeah, we're working on it. There's a lot of moving parts involved in this thing, but I'll tell you, I mean, just the opportunity of being closer to the Mecca areas, if you will, is definitely something that we've talked about, and it's just trying to get everything situated, because, like I said, there's a lot of different parts moving around and everything like that. But
life is tough.
Oh, it is, man. It is. And so it's just, we're looking at it all the time. But we wouldn't mind moving over towards the East Coast, so we're a little closer to all the guys that do support me, and also people that I actually support in a small way, like the Wild Bunch folks, and those guys like awesome organization.
Has Jim Cummins with the East Coast Feelers reached out to you?
Well, no, we've talked off and on as far as, in fact, no, we've talked on the internet. And yes, he has reached out to me. He ordered some parts from me recently. And so, he said he's going to be working on trying to really push his Basic Motorsports out in that area through him and through his organization and everything like that.
He's a great guy.
Jim Cummins, seems like an awesome guy.
I love Jim.
We had some interesting conversations on the phone already.
And it's fun. Again, go ahead.
And he takes time. That's what's the awesome part. He'll actually take time to talk with you. And, I appreciate all those guys over there, man. They're pretty awesome. And Scott is awesome. So, a lot of good ties that, you've helped me get together. I haven't reached out, unfortunately, to the two gentlemen from
Killer Wax.
That guy, and also the Cold Fire. Yeah, I gotta get those. I promise, if you're on here and you're listening, I will reach out to you. At the end of this, you'll probably wish I didn't reach out to you, but trust me, I will reach out to you and have this conversation about possibly picking up and getting your stuff into my site, so we can start moving your stuff too.
And the great thing about the Cold Fire guy is it's American made. He's an incredible engineer. And him and his wife are just really cool people. You would love them. So, all right, man. Well, let me get out of here. I'm fixing that. I'm actually over my hour right now.
Yeah, sorry I manipulated the evening. My apologies to everybody. But hey, listen, thanks for your time. And like I said, thanks to all your loyal listeners and viewers and everything. I appreciate the loyalty and the opportunity to be on here. I know this is a privilege, and I don't take it less than that. So thank you very much.
Man, I appreciate it. It's great to have you. But I do have one question before you go. So we're running a little bit over here, but I have a question. Could you explain the word manipulated?
Did I say monopoly? Oh my God! Holy shit!
Manipulated. I got it. You're all right, man.
Monopolize. Oh my God! Listen, you know the problem is, just real quick, John and I were talking on through voice, not through voice, but we were emailing each other, and I did some stupid thing on the, I use this automatics thing to correct, misspellings and everything like that. It didn't do anything the way I thought it was going to do it. So John sends me back a response and goes, dude, I'm the one who's drinking. And the problem with this thing is what I'm doing is I'm drinking coffee. I need to be drinking more stuff that you're drinking so that I can sound freaking sensible when I talk to people.
I wanted to send you a bottle of moonshine, but I realized after last year that sending moonshine is illegal. I never knew that.
Is it really?
Yes, it is. I didn't realize that.
That's disgusting, man. There's got to be a vote on something like this to get this stuff straightened out, because this is nonsense.
We got to straighten this out, because I really need to get you a bottle of this cream soda out there. You'll love it.
I know. Hey, listen, I'll let you go. Thanks a ton for your time and everything. You take care, and thanks again.
Thank you. That's John Uzbasic with Uzbasic Motorsports Performance Parts. What a great guy. I love having him on the show whenever he's here. He's a great guy. I'm running a little bit over tonight, but I got to call out some of these. James Hughes, enjoyed you showing in to turning it on tonight. All right, I see Robert Foster's got something. Johnny? Okay, Robert Foster, breaking news. Johnny, don't even know how yet, but I'm going to throw extra $100 into the gear jammers at North Florida Motorplex event. That's cool. Jim Cummins, hey buddy, how you doing? Suzanne Jones, we were talking about you and your lovely husband. I guess that would be your handsome husband during this show, during that last interview. Eddie Milburn, hey buddy, how you doing? ProLube, yes, John Uzbasic. ProLube was the product I was talking about. Awesome material. Thank you, Lynn, for letting me know that. Let's see. Actually, Jim Cummins, it's not. They actually make a set for it. Yeah, parachute. Yeah, two of them. Glenn Culbertson, hey man, glad to see that you tuned on. My moonshine buddy. That's it. All right, everybody, this is Johnny Blender. I'm getting ready to get out of here. This freaking phone will not stop ringing tonight, and it is Flowers something. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. I will catch you next week. I'm going to see who this Flowers person is. Have a good night, everybody.